I'm going to be talking about what Sky is doing and how we're using Liferay. A little bit about Sky TV, digital company, broadcasting, about 30 years old. We're trying to innovate a lot of stuff. My role at Sky is a solution architect. Like most things, we try and innovate, but we also try and copy a lot of other people. So, a little bit about what we've done with Liferay. We started 2014, quite a while ago. Yeah, there was just a push to change innovation. We wanted to drive our clients, sell more. We basically launched sky.co.nz, made it available to a bit of the staff, and then went live in December 2015. We started with sky.co.nz. We then moved to add a few more, but sites, it's all hosted on the same platform, same hardware, same everything. Currently got 4 websites on there. Sky.co.nz, which is our main site. That's where we're trying to actually sell Sky. Sky Business. Sky Business is, we're all familiar with when you go to a hotel room, we have, I think you guys have Fox TV. If you go to a pub, you want to watch sport. So Sky Business is meant for those customers, for the actual hotels, pubs. That's where we sell to them. Sky Advertising, yeah, we need to sell advertising to actually get some revenue in. Prime TV is a bit of a strange one. It's actually New Zealand on air, and yeah, we host some of their news. So that website's prime function is to have a replay of the previous night's news. We're also doing our self-service portal, which we call My Account. What were we trying to do? We wanted to increase our customer acquisition. We wanted to reduce churn. We provide the functionality for customers just to manage their accounts. So this is basically what we're trying to do. We want customers to explore and discover our content. We want them to actually engage with the content that we have. And obviously, we want them to buy Sky, and then once they have it, provide support on the website for them. Okay, a bit about architecture. So I'm not going to go into too much detail around this, but there's a lot of boxes there. Currently, it's actually very complicated. We've got a lot of custom code, custom hooks. It actually is becoming a bit unmaintainable. Yeah, we'll just show you a few pictures of the sites. This is what we currently do. Basically, a few components, but you can buy all on the same site. So all of these sites, different purposes, different audiences, and then into our self-service portal. Lots of integration that we had to put in, custom portlets, custom code. We needed a change. Some of the issues we had, challenges faced, not really Liferay issues, but just stuff that we did wrong initially. Okay, we tried to go too customized. I don't know if you guys are the same, but everything we do special. We always try to be special. Lots of customizations, which leads us to actually, at this point in time, to do change. To make a change takes a long time. I think at this point in time, we're actually delivering changes, just on a cadence level, every 3 weeks, which is way too long for our customers and for our business units. And the reason for that is because everything is on the same platform. Every time we make a change, we have to test everything. We were also wanting to use newer technologies, especially with web development, modern web development. Liferay 6.2 still uses a really, really old version of Angular. We wanted to move into the latest versions of all the new JavaScript frameworks. We couldn't do that. Some of our deployment practices were outdated. We couldn't use CI/CD to actually deploy to production. And that's not a fault of Liferay, it is just a fault of our own implementations. And also, we can't actually patch and keep any of the software updated. So what are we going to do about this? We're going to simplify stuff, so reduce the number of elements, eliminate customizations, and try and do as much automation as possible. Standardize. So, basically using technologies out of the box and break things up a bit more so that they're not as monolithic as we used to have. This is another one of the slides that I stole from someone at work. But basically, this is what we're trying to move towards. Everything more modular, multiple front ends, accessing the same back ends. This is more related to what we want to do at Sky, or Sky Decoder NZ. And it's basically the same that we had before, but we're going to have our website, which is decoupled from our My account, which is going to also be decoupled from our e-commerce system. So we are going to move to DXP, or DXP Cloud, and these are the things that we're actually trying to move towards. More of a DevOps model. So teams are changing at Sky to actually be able to support this, moving towards the Spotify model, product owners, developers, teams. Obviously, when we're doing the cloud, we are hoping to get less downtime when we deploy, using the built-in tools that comes with DXP Cloud. Backup and restore is actually quite big for us. We want to be able to actually take all of our, the ability to take a production environment and copy that to one of your other environments, like pre-live or test, and test a production change in that environment is actually quite big for us. At this point in time, it actually takes us probably about 2 days, 3 days to just restore one of our environments. When we go to cloud, we would be able to do that within a few minutes. Scaling at this point in time is a big problem for us. When we want to scale, when there's a big event, we have to get new VMs set up, get new licenses from Liferay, generously help us with that. And it takes a few days to actually just scale up. Other features we want to do. Mostly what we want to do is use the features out of the box. We're looking forward to personalization, being able to show different versions of different pages to customers, whether they've signed in or whether they are anonymous. Also being able to segment those customers. One of the biggest features that we like is page fragments. We used to have our development team involved for most of anything that we wanted to do. We're hoping that with fragments that we can actually now give our content curators that same ability to do certain things without having to engage our development. Development things we want to do. We are wanting to move to React Widgets, latest version, hopefully. I think the JavaScript market or workplace is actually moving ahead a lot faster than a lot of the technology out there. And we want to try and actually get on that bandwagon as well. By using that, we will also be using more of the headless capabilities of Liferay DXP so that our curators could still curate and we would just pick up those changes seamlessly. Once we actually, hopefully, get going with DXP Cloud, we have a few areas that we would hopefully have been improved. So, yeah, CI/CD, big thing for us. We really want to be able to deploy as often as we can. Decouple all of our tightly coupled components. Move to the cloud. Our on-premise cloud infrastructure. Our infrastructure is quite old. Our networks are quite old. It's hard to upgrade an entire network and an entire IT infrastructure. Our authentication is also really, really old. We are very reliant on headers or header injection to actually do a lot of our authentication. Moving to standards-based authentication mechanism would help us a lot in that. Our delivery currently got 3 weekly updates. We're saying update our delivery cadence and improve. Well, we don't know what it's going to be like, but we're hoping to be at least once or twice a day. And we want to get rid of our technical debt. When we move to DXP Cloud, we will not be doing a migration. We would be doing a rewrite and hopefully get rid of all of the junk, historical junk that we have. You know, we want to actually reduce the cost. We want to reduce the size and the risk of our changes and increase our delivery speed, our rate of change, and also improve our quality of service. And most of all, we want to improve our customer value. This is a very, very simple or simplified version of the architecture we had before. We don't have all the boxes that we had. Some of them still exist in some shape or form, but hopefully they're all hidden by the system, and we don't actually have to physically do any coding to actually code things to those boxes. What we have is obviously CI/CD enabling us to deploy to the cloud. We would have separate systems, separate sites, our e-commerce and our self-service portal, also cloud-based, and they'd only be doing calling APIs on our internal systems. Yeah, I think I raced through that very quickly. That's it.